what's mine. I can never do this by my lonely. So we the duo, snatching up all the kudos, bound to find a loophole. Yeah, you know. So keep tuning in, enjoying the vibe. Forever raw, forever real. It's him, it's I. You love, yeah, you love, you love, you love this podcast. You love, yeah, you love, you love, you love this podcast. 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 Say pulpit, pulpit. Say pulpit, pulpit. Say pulpit, pulpit. Say pulpit, pulpit. Pulpit, pulpit, pulpit. Say pulpit, 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 pulpit. Say pulpit, yeah.
We give y'all reasons to vibe. It's season 5. Now you can breathe. It's the Pulpit Podcast, baby. Yeah. Episode 153. What the business is. It's that man with the plan, Big Kev. And that's Cuz with the buzz, Big Bo. And you know we got that food for your soul. For sure. And you know we got to do a disclaimer. Ain't nothing changed. Season 5. Everything remains the same. So without further ado, the Pulpit Podcast is not a gospel or religious podcast.
Say it once more.
I said, you know I got to do it. I said, the Pulpit Podcast is not a gospel or religious podcast, but we are bringing the gospel in the form of information straight like that.
Straight like that.
And y'all know, this podcast is based on the foundation of positivity, motivation, inspiration, and most importantly, love. Yeah. Dave Chappelle, love.
Bring it in, bro.
So we don't do anything without a weekly affirmation. And you know what? I think I totally forgot to.
Oh, wow.
But you know, like what I say, I keep them on deck.
I keep some on
So,
deck.
you know, this is an everyday thing for me. So here we go. Everything you thought was drowning you actually taught you how to swim. I was just keep on deck, and they always
Boy.
feel me? Like everything you thought tested you, everything you thought put you through trials and tribulations, you thought you failed at or made you have a setback, that was teaching you how to swim in these deep waters.
Yeah.
These sharks. And once you learn how to swim,
Swim is the same thing as boxing. It's about being calm.
then you swimming like the nigga on what was the little brawl, how he jumped off the boat and swam all the way to the brawl.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Right. Now you swimming like him, Aquaman.
He was an
Aquaman.
athlete. He's a pure athlete. That was an athlete.
That was Michael Phelps in a black body, boy. That boy got across there quick, ready for the action, ready for the drama.
That whole outfit, wet clothes.
Cold Aquaman. Aquaman.
That was a good time.
All right.
Man, that's them to 2 years ago, man.
Time
be
flies.
fun, man.
Time flies, man. Time flies when you're watching shit. All right. So we're going to get into the show.
That's right.
So since the last time we left, y'all, some things jumped off. We all know Shannon Sharp, you know what I'm saying, has his little situations with the little young chick off OnlyFans. Might have lost his spot on ESPN First Take. You know what I'm saying? It's probably OV for that. You know, it's a Disney corporation and they ain't having no sexual innuendos of that magnitude, the way he talking about. And just the optics don't look good. You know what I'm saying? As much as Stephen A. Smith got power, he ain't got that type of power. But what I wanted to talk about is the behaviors that they talk about it so bad, basically really deemed off of race versus the actual behavior itself. Meaning like being with somebody super young, way out your senior, you know what I'm saying?
This is a funny situation
Uh-huh.
because you also don't know who wants to rock with you like that.
Facts.
You know, like you could be a older man, gentleman,
Yeah.
and you putting yourself out there, and certain things just don't correlate. Don't.
True.
But then this young person, it's kind of like fall away and
rocks with you,
and you like it.
Yeah, I like it.
So like y'all set up y'all structure and guidelines to whatever y'all doing,
Mhm.
and y'all do that.
Yeah.
And the proceedings after that,
Mhm.
you see what you get.
Yeah.
That's why you don't mess with.
But I'm saying, okay, yeah, so we could say that, and most people will be as a moral thing, right?
Nah,
Most
moral
men,
thing.
I'm just saying, whether they call it a moral thing, like why would you mess with anybody you have nothing in common with? They call it a moral thing, like why
They
would
say
any
moral.
older man? I'm just saying it's not, but it is to the public. That's my
Yeah.
point. The perception of it, the optics of a 56-year-old man messing with a 20-year-old woman is the optics look bad when you're black.
They always go with a moral thing, but it's also a smart thing.
It can be, but that's what I'm saying. This is where the race thing comes into play. So, for example, is how come we're not talking about Madonna, Cher? They got 20-year-old men. These women like 60, hitting 70.
They was running through them young men.
They got plenty of them in their past. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they was running through them young men.
We never hear nothing about that. And I can even run down even more people, you know what I'm saying, that this has taken place. If nobody says anything, you're going to be shocked. George Clooney has a woman. He's 17 years older than her. Nobody says nothing.
Man, fucking Coach Belichick.
Belichick is 73 and has a 23-year-old. Nobody says anything. They giving high fives. They giving jump shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, old man.
Belichick is now coaching people the same age as his girl that he's taking. I hope he's taking.
Man,
I don't know.
Sure he is. I don't think the old man is invested in this time and paying for her to talk.
He might just be getting some body massage.
No, Belichick like he getting it in.
Belichick, hey, give me a body massage.
Belichick popping them pills because he done had a couple young things. Belichick popping them pills and trying to stay ill. Feel me? Popping them pills and trying to stay ill. All right, Leonardo DiCaprio, 23 years of age, the separation. You never hear about that. Like, I'm just, and you're looking at that you never hear nothing about them.
It's a natural thing. I mean,
Jason Statham, y'all know him, the transporter. His girlfriend is 20 years younger.
I'm not gonna say it's a natural thing. It's a common thing that for black men, whatever we do is wrong.
That's what it seemed like.
You know, like other folks, no matter what race they are, be Caucasian, Asian, whatever country, they could be 80 years old dating a 21-year-old. It's not a problem. But when a black man might be 56 dating a 20, it's a problem.
Yeah,
it's always a problem.
Always a problem.
It's
cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Yeah, I mean it really is.
Time for that.
It's something I honestly, as a black man, we gotta accept these things, man. Like we gotta brush them off.
I look at it like this in life. Just because you have to accept, don't make it right. And somebody got to speak out. Somebody got to speak out against it. That's what I do.
As Shannon Sharp's situation, it ain't right because now he's got lawsuits and all kinds of things.
I want the real to be the real, right? Like, don't make it about saying that, because this girl is so much younger than him that he took advantage of her. No, we listen to the tape. If you listen to the tape,
she took advantage of him.
She took advantage of him. It sounds like a complete setup. Like she had this set up, and the way she was asking him questions would sound like a trap. And Shannon being Shannon, you know what I'm saying? Once you get full of yourself and feeling yourself, your antennas go down as to be receptive of what's going down. But anybody who's smart could hear that conversation, the way she was talking, unless they was role playing and she's just using that for her own benefit as well. But still, like, you just got to know, like, nah, you ain't catching me up in the flames like that. But the fact that I'm not gonna talk about the OnlyFans situation, because you could be OnlyFans and still not be a promiscuous person and things of that nature. You might just be getting your money, so we're not gonna equate that with
you get your money just showing your feet.
Yeah, you could be anything. You know what I'm saying? OnlyFans is very various things you could be on OnlyFans for. But they said she was into the rough stuff. She was into the BDSM lifestyle. So you trying to cry and say that he choked you? Last time I checked, that goes with the whole role play and the whole, you know what I'm saying, sexual stimulation of that lifestyle.
This is my thing.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a habit, you have a certain thing, a kink, a vice, something that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, you should not mess with somebody.
I mean, that's easier said than done, but
no, I mean, I don't know. She might have been cute. If you see a certain age, you shouldn't. You want to mess with someone that's experienced. They got a handle on things. They don't have a problem signing NDAs.
and that's what you should do. Forget not mess, because I'm like, I just gave you a list of how many Hollywood celebrities, women and men, mess with the younger. So you should get the NDA.
If she was an OnlyFans that you was a fan of, just be a fan of.
Yeah.
Don't partake, because you gotta see the angle of the younger generation.
Like I said, you can say don't partake, but just be smart. Like have the NDAs, have the things that cover your tracks.
This young individual probably was waiting for a star to come through her line to hit
a cash cow. Yeah.
And you, Shannon, happen to be that one.
And she knew that you was about to hit that 100 mil that they was talking about from your production deals off the podcast and everything else you got going on. But we always say this. It is the ways, when you thinking like we thinking like you shouldn't have messed with a young chick anyway, because you don't have that in the common. But this is another thing that you can pay attention to. That is kind of like, what do you really have in common? What does she really see in you? What possibly, and I'm not saying you can't have people to fall in love in that manner too, but just gotta be smart about it, bro.
We gonna pod real quick. Coming from a trick standpoint, because we gotta come from a trick standpoint.
It ain't tricking if you got
it. We coming from a trick standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Tricking, doing what he doing.
Yeah.
Having a good time. He like what he like. He can pay for
it. But I don't even think he was tricking. He said it was his girlfriend for 2 years. This ain't just like a hit it and go. This is a girlfriend.
I ain't heard.
Yeah, they was boyfriend and girlfriend of 2 years, and then she set him up on the back end. But I think somebody got in her ear, said, and if he found out, matter of fact, she might have got jealous about Michelle. Remember, he had the tape.
Michelle.
He had the tape come. Yeah, but that ain't Michelle.
Yeah.
And they said they've been messing with the last 2 years. Michelle happened in the last 2 years. So she might have been like, who's Michelle? He go, you know how I do. Try to play it off like that. She was like, nah, I ain't letting that slide. I'm going to get you back. Who knows how it plays out? Plus, Shannon tried to give her $10 million or a certain amount anyway not to come out with this. So he knew what it was in the first place. The problem is he should have jumped ahead of it. Instead of letting her get her first swing on when you, at the height of, your popularity, you should have did it before all this other stuff so you can hash it out. So now when they give you these contract deals, they already knew about this situation and it ain't going to affect your money. Now you ain't getting 100 mil, bro.
How about don't go down the road?
I mean, that's just common sense, but the world don't got common sense. Like I just showed you how many celebrities, because I think it's a stature thing to have something young, fit, firm, looking real nice on your arm for public perception. Because if you look at it, that's how a lot of these are. Because my thing is, if I'm 50 or 60, last thing I'm going to do is talk to a 20-year-old. I have nothing in common with you. You ain't lived life. My everyday aches and pains, my everyday struggle and strife are not the same as yours.
What I'm thinking about, my foresight, we're not on the same page.
We are not on the same page, and probably will never, ever be.
All I can do is just teach you and learn you.
Yeah, but that's when it comes to the part of being your daddy. Ain't nobody trying to be your daddy, you feel me? But yeah, I just wanted people to be, I seen different perspectives on it, but I didn't see anybody come at like we gonna come at. I want to come at it about his race. The way they're condemning him, the way they're condemning him about the action is more about the race than the action.
Because they're doing Shannon Sharp worse than they, what's the dude a couple years ago that was doing all the nasty Me Too stuff?
You talking about Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They trying to put him on that level.
And he's not.
And he's not on that level. He's not.
But when you black and they see this big old giant cocky black man, and then they see and matter of fact, you see that they found her picture.
I'm gonna say this.
At first they didn't put her picture out there. So now they put this little petite white woman. It's the optics.
I'm gonna say this about my guy. I ain't gonna call him big bro, whatever you want to call him. He's still stupid.
I ain't gonna call him man stupid, but it wasn't a wild choice. I ain't gonna call no man stupid, but it wasn't a great choice, and your antennas wasn't up. You made a stupid decision. Don't make you stupid though.
I ain't saying make you stupid.
That was what I'm saying. No, you said he's stupid, but I'm saying now he made a dumb decision.
It was stupid.
That's what I say. Business, he had to make good moves. I can't call him stupid.
No. I ain't saying he's a stupid person.
He made a terrible, dumb, stupid decision messing with her.
Yeah.
For real.
Man.
Stick to about the 30 to 40, Shannon. You got a better bet. 20-something. I'm like, at least go to 35, 40. That's still younger than your senior. You feel me?
This is crazy. Check this out. Facebook dating. I'll be on Facebook dating. And, I had old pictures of what. Older pictures.
Yeah.
So, I went and revamped. Put some new pictures. I done lost weight. Things. So now there's a whole bunch of just people liking.
The biddies is coming. The biddies is coming.
So, I just entertain. I don't know. Just like. So a youngster hits me up.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely gonna try to get with the old man.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, what's up? She wants some bread. What?
Because she's been successful at that. Because most older men, to have that type of looking younger woman who normally gonna be fit, firm, in the right places, probably a little cute thing. That's what's gonna take to have her.
I said, I only spend money on service rendered.
Service is rendered.
You gotta get busy and do something.
Do something strange with a little bit of change.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I thought you was in your 40s. I'm sorry. I liked your picture, but you a youngster. Go about your business.
Yeah, go on about your business. This ain't what you want.
Because I hate saying YNs, but these YN sisters, these little girls, will set you up for failure.
Hey.
They will, man.
Have you up in the funnies real quick.
Do not play with these young little.
They know what they're trying to get. They're trying to get that bag. They're trying to get that prestige. They want them purses. They want them shoes.
They know how to do.
They know how to use what they got to get what they want. That was the old Players Club line.
That's serious. They know how to show you some pictures.
Hook, line, and sinker. And you got to think about it. Most of the old heads, they have money and they have time. Most of them are about to be retired. They done be working at either like an automobile industry or they got all this bread. Yeah. Hey, that ain't nothing to them. The bread's nothing to them because this keep coming. They just want the fact that, sleeping with a nice little young thing or having a nice little young thing on their arm, but that little young thing,
or setting you up, thinking you can.
Either or. But you got to be dumb if you just go get money and now just get no service rendered.
Thing,
he was with her. That's a relationship, though.
Okay, they was a relationship.
Yeah, you can't say that one on him. That's a 2-year on and off relationship.
Like this online thing, they will set you up where you thinking you're not even dating.
For one, you shouldn't be saying that you go with somebody and you ain't never met them.
Man.
How many times have y'all watched Catfish? Catfish has been out almost 20 years. And it's the same fools on there getting catfish. Well, I gave her all my money and I told her I loved her and I thought we was a couple, but you never seen her. You never FaceTime with her. You don't even know what she looks like.
Man.
What sense does that make? And I get you can fall in love with somebody's everyday conversation, whatever, and vibe. Some people do,
these dudes,
but you can't sit there and say we're together, go that final step.
They fall in love with text messages. I don't get that.
Now you gotta have some conversation. You gotta have some dialogue.
At least hear a voice or something.
I gotta see some FaceTime. I got to know you real, bro.
These dudes be fun. Ooh, she said
I'm the greatest thing ever. I love you, baby. Good night.
She didn't say anything. She
texts. Not even a voice text. The literal text. And I ain't falling in love with no words, cuz.
You need to make sure that's
right. You just when you call them sex number, hold up, flip-flop the shit. Y'all watch Vampire in Brooklyn. Hey, what British Spoon said, flip-flopping the shit. You ever seen a man just flip-flopping the shit? That's what we talking about. Literally, you watch older movies and they used to have the 976 number, the sex number. If you think you talking to a nice, voluptuous woman and it's some big old dude rubbing his belly, pulling lint and stuff out his stomach, talking to you all nasty and you don't even know. That's $3.99 per minute.
It's like, hey, why you sound like that? You been smoking.
Oh, you supposed to be visual. Get with the program. I need to see some visuals. All right, well, we getting off subjects. We're going to get to another one. Okay, so, Bo, I seen in the news, and I was talking to my mom about it too, and it kind of got me to thinking. A Virginia homeowner, has been arrested and charged with murder after authorities say he shot and killed an 18-year-old who was recording a prank for TikTok. What he was doing was the youngster was playing Ding Dong Dish. When we play Ding Dong Dish, it's really like a knock. You know what I'm saying? He kicked in the door, like kicking in the door, you know what I'm saying? 3 a.m. in the morning, and the man shot him. They took him to the jail, you know what I'm saying? And he's charged with, let me double check, I want to say he was arrested and charged with second-degree murder, malicious wounding, and use of firearm in the commission of a felony. He's currently being held without bond. You think that's fair?
No, it's not fair. There's two things that need to be learned right.
Mm-hmm.
I love pranks.
Mm-hmm.
Pranks, that's my thing. I love pranks. Don't prank a robber.
Boy.
You can't prank a robber.
It don't even be a robbery. It's the kick in. You just don't know what. You can't play with people like that, man.
You can't play. Fart. Stumble.
Hell, some of them jokes will get you fucked up in them grocery stores, man.
Just simple. Those are cool pranks.
Yeah.
You cannot prank a robbery.
And you got to know who you pranking.
On top of that, man, I have no problem with what he did. But you have to understand what state you're in.
He's in Virginia.
What laws that they have.
Yeah.
If he was in Florida.
Or Texas. I think Texas has a law like that too. But in fact, Indiana, you said that we have a law, and I didn't know, that's why I wanted to do some research on. We have to have a law called the Castle Doctrine, where it basically gives you permission to handle business any way you deem fit if you feel like your life is at stake. So you can do it fatally. You can do it just, maim a person, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you got to do. But you don't have to retreat in your house. Like, you actually can handle business if you deem you can, you know what I'm saying? It's objective, but at least it's something to protect you if you had to go to court. And like Bo said, you got to know your state laws.
But the thing I don't like is how they use these different laws to protect and work for and against common folks. The common law does not work for him in this state.
Right.
But at the same time, these police officers who just beat up a man a few years ago are beating a case for beating a man to death because of the laws.
The laws. You gotta know how the law works for you and against you. You know what I'm saying? You really do. Once you get in the situation when you're going to be a firearm carrier, you have to understand the laws in your state.
Where you're at,
what you can do and what you can't do, how you can carry it,
it's
everything.
Stupid when you have these situations, you can't think.
Right. And my thing is this, though. Like, there's no jury to me who can convict this man when you are in fear and you shoot out of fear. Like, I don't care what nobody say, you in the streets, whatever, right? When you shoot at somebody, it's out of fear and not letting them get the upper hand on you. So somebody's trying to kick in my door at 3 a.m., my first thought is, it's a bunch of dudes. They got something when they try. If you so bold to come into somebody's house not knowing, but that person got on the other side of the door.
They got a gun.
I'm already thinking they got a gun. They got guns. And if they get in here, it's going to be bad for me. So I'm not going to let that happen. So I get him firing through the door like, nah, y'all not even coming in here. It ain't even going to be that. But like Bo said, got to know your laws because every one of them is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, Naptown really just got more laxed on the law in the first place when we started letting anybody carry, basically. That's when they started being, you know what I'm saying, having this castle doctrine, which you got to go check out. They even have a stand your ground law, too. Like, perfect example, when, I think it was maybe like 2 or 3 years ago when the shooting happened at Greenwood. And
which one?
The dude was the mass shooter had the gun in a food court. And the dude who had a gun on him just shot it. Yeah. And they weren't tripping. He was a great aim, but you know what I'm saying? They call it a stand your ground. He ain't had to say nothing to nobody. People. He saved folks. So he ain't got to say nothing to nobody. Nobody going to ask him why he shot him in the head. You don't got to respond to none of that. Because the law protects you is if that person was in danger, people was in danger, it's a stand your ground law. But like I'm saying, you have to know the laws in your state. But I just think it's messed up. So I hope the homeowner, his name is Tyler Chase Butler, I hope he gets to see the light of day because I totally understand him. I don't see nothing wrong. I don't see nothing wrong with protecting your home.
They're probably going to drop stuff. They probably going to drop
They'll drop the charge to a lesser charge.
No, they're probably going to drop everything.
Yeah. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, it's
I mean,
Virginia.
'cause a
It
lot of
depends
times-
on the... It could be political. It could be
I mean,
somebody's trying to
yeah,
prove a case. You
it-
never know.
that-
It ain't just cut and dry.
It ain't cut and dry, but like, yeah.
I'm just hoping
you-
for
You're
him.
protecting your home, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm hoping for he don't get run up in the funnies, but we've seen multiple times where people get run up in the funnies
Yeah.
because it's a political game. Maybe somebody's running for
Yeah,
that
trying to
office.
catch up,
Maybe
yeah.
see this as a, man, this case might catch
This
fire as a
story,
social
yeah.
media case.
Yeah.
Oh, this would be good. I'm trying him. And
Yeah.
I'm making sure he feel the
Mhm.
pressure. So I'm hoping he don't get done like that because all he was doing, if you're a homeowner, you understand this, that you
Well,
pay.
I mean,
You know what I'm
if
saying?
you're just a provider, protector.
Yeah, any type of protector. If your humble abode,
Personally, when I had guns, I ended up in gun situations.
oh, it definitely brings that energy.
I got rid of guns. I don't end up in gun situations.
I'm a thorough believer in that too, but I also see why people do have it.
And I totally get it.
But I do
You know-
think it brings the energy though. When you
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
gun,
yeah.
you think with a different mindset. That gun provides a certain energy that seems to attract another type of energy, and they normally collide to where you got to use it or feel like you have to use it. You know what I'm saying? And put you in situations. So I get it though.
I'm at a point, if we can't talk,
All right, but do what you got to do to
then-
protect
then-
yourself,
then-
man.
Then if we can't fight, throw hands, you
Yeah,
got to kill me.
I'm just like, hey,
That's a
but I'm like I said, at the end of the day, everybody's trying to make it home to their loved
Man.
ones, see their loved ones again. So do what you got to do. I'm riding with Tyler. So no more questions asked on that. I'm riding with Tyler. So
shit out there.
yeah, I don't care if you're 18, 15. Hey, hey, what they say? You play stupid
prank.
games, whatever.
yeah.
It's different prizes or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of prank is that's not a prank? You can't prank a robbery.
Kicking in a door.
That's not a prank.
Like
That's-
we
that's-
played,
that's
we
a
now we
robbery.
ran on like as kids. We ran and knocked on people's
That's
doors
knocking on
and
the door. That's
a
hey,
knock sounds
hey,
different. It's like I'm
like-
trying to get your attention.
a knock is a knock.
One is a knock is I'm trying to get your attention. A kick makes you alert that somebody's trying to break in. Every day, all day. You ain't no
Listen,
change.
one video I seen, it looked like I seen a crowbar trying to break the door open.
Oh, they were definitely trying to break in. You don't just break with
That's
no
not a
crowbar.
That's a robbery.
That's a you bring a crowbar. You definitely trying to get in. That ain't
Like,
a
that's
prank.
not a prank.
Not at all, bro. Not at all.
That's a robbery.
Hey, riding with Tyler, like I said. Hashtag riding with Tyler.
Shit up.
Yeah, hey, those your hashtags, man. I'm riding with Tyler. Here we go. Oh, I was just thinking. Back in the day, man, on the bus in high school, folks was really banging folks up at 5, 6:30 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning in the hallway in school. Now, when you older, I don't think about doing shit at 6 a.m. I'm getting washed up, ready to go to work, ready to cuss. You know what I'm saying? How you can cuss when you go in the day? Like, shit, let me get this shit over with. You know what I'm saying? The last thing you're thinking about is fisticuffs with somebody. What stories you got? I know you done had a gang of stories.
I got a gang of stories, but one of my favorite conversations I had. I got Luck, cousin, friend.
Mhm. That's my
talking-
cuz too.
yeah. We talking about how we grew up and how we was fighting this and this and that.
Yeah.
Luck was like, man,
Angry individuals.
he said, man, we needed more girlfriends.
Right.
He's like we
Where was they at
We
to
was
pull
just- we
you
was
back
just-
from just wilding out?
like it's a lot of fights that we done been in.
That could have been
There was no need
Not-
to
not-
be a
not
fight
needed, yeah.
whatsoever.
just did it. Just to be doing it.
Just man,
It really, and like when you're that age, you really do stuff just for the sake of talk about. Because we got so many stories that we talk about later when the shit happening. In hindsight, we like, damn, why we even do that?
Man.
But it's a story now. It's something that we live by. It's a memory of our childhood. It's something that we grew from, you know what I'm saying? So I guess sometimes it has to happen, sometimes it don't. But I'll never forget this. But see, like back in the day, like I know it was 2 times, right? Most of the time, if somebody waited to after school because the situation happened during school or whatever, and people, you know, get to talking crazy on the bus and on the way home,
Man.
or you already seen each other passing the class. Like, wait till we get on the
Wake
bus.
up with
Wait till we get on that stop. I'm getting off on your stop. You can get off on my stop. We gonna handle this. But in the morning time, if the morning time fight happens, This is overnight. This is something that's been festering from the day prior that is like, oh, I heard what you said, I can't get you today. Well, first thing in the morning.
Man.
I mean, they used to fight in the common hallway. Man. I've seen them fight in Arlington. They had like this little, the library was right in the front. That's the main steps coming up. I've seen people bang people up.
Don Shane Cowboy. I was brushing my teeth. You know what I'm saying? We brushing our teeth. We still walk around the house coming out. We about to get on the bus.
Yup. I still walk around brushing my teeth like that.
Cowboy came through the side of the neighborhood.
While the bus is about to pick y'all up?
The bus ain't even pulling up.
Oh, man. That early?
It was early. Like we getting ready.
Early.
Like niggas still get. I'm brushing my Cowboy. Wow. Set it off on Don Shea. Like, God damn. In front of my house. But like, beating this nigga up, we still got to get on the bus.
We still got to get on the bus. And then the thing is like, if it's a real good fight, how you just gonna get on the bus a person you just kicked their ass and got your ass kicked by? And how can you go to school that day if you just got your ass kicked or when you just kicked them? Now, if you kick some ass, you might be like, yeah, I just got in a fight and I won too. You know what I'm saying? That might be a better day. But if you got your ass kicked, school gonna suck that day.
It's a long day.
It's a long day. And the thing about it is, people gonna find out the rumor, and then the story gonna change of what happened to you and didn't happen to you. It's a bad experience. But it's funny that back in the day, early in the morning,
that's how we grew up.
People had chose violence.
Set it off. They woke up with violence.
That is the definition of waking up with violence, man. That is the definition of waking up with violence.
Before we even get on the bus.
Boy.
Bang you up.
Yeah, funny, good times. All right, so now we got to talk about sports and entertainment. And the main thing is the NBA playoffs.
Man.
We are in the second round.
Boy.
And it has been some shockers. The road teams have been victorious in every...
Yes.
Whatever last night.
That was the road team.
The Nuggets. I'm saying, not every team.
Beat the Pacers, man. That's
right, but I'm saying, but not the Nuggets, though. I was going to say, it's all of them, though. I'm just saying, before it was all of them. It was 2-0, where the road team won both games to start of the second round.
Man.
Until the Nuggets won at home, it was pretty much the road team was kicking everybody's ass. No, it's definitely been some shockers. We didn't see the Celtics getting 2-0 to Boston. I mean, not 2-0 to the Knicks. Didn't see that. And the way they lost, Boston being up 20 points in the fourth quarter, into the third, losing, and shooting all them damn three-pointers, missing. I think it's a terrible job by Coach Mazzulla. Because even if that's your philosophy, even if that's your team thing to shoot threes, right? You got to know when you off, go to the basket when you got two athletic 6'7" to 6'9" dudes who New York can't even match up with. Why are you not going to the rack? Why is Jason Tatum not posting up and then kicking out? Go back to the old NBA. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he ain't acting like he hurt the way he's shooting. So, I mean, it don't hurt when he's shooting. Because he shot almost what it's like. They said he was, the first game they lost, man, was almost like 19 three-pointers himself. Himself, not the team. It was 16, but it was still like 4 for 16. How you get 16 3? You ain't Steph Curry. You ain't Klay Thompson. Like, y'all tripping. So the game is today at 3:30. We're going to see if the medal of the champions, they bounce back. They are in Madison Square Garden. You know Brunson is itching to have a big game. He's the big-time player of the year, you know what I'm saying, the clutch player of the year, and he's been showing it. When the fourth quarter comes, Brunson is on point. And he's a problem. So we'll see that. The Pacers.
I'm pissed off.
Pacers let us down last night because they had a great opportunity to really, really put Cleveland up against the wall, and they let one go.
But I'm going to say this. Halliburton.
Boy. Said your nuts is big. You're going to get doing all them antics.
You're going to have to get called out when you don't step up.
Yeah, you can't have 4 points. I know 4 points, 5 assists. Like, my thing is, if you're a point guard, one or the other has to happen. You can't have 5 assists and have 4 points. Now, if you only had 10 points and you had 12, 13 assists because you was getting your team involved, but they weren't letting you score, different. You can't be sucking on both sides of it. And no rebounds. You're doing nothing for your team. Matter of fact, when they look at the plus and minuses, you're a minus.
Did you get hurt?
You're a minus. They let and I don't know what Rick Carlisle doing, let Donovan Mitchell go one-on-one off the pick. If you don't trap that pick and roll and make him get the ball up, we know what Donovan Mitchell can do if you let him go one-on-one.
But we'll see.
Well, like I said before, we've seen stranger things happen. Teams do come back. And like I said before,
it could be fake out.
Well, we'll see. In the game, what is it? Game 4 is it Sunday? Sunday? So game 4, we'll see if the Pacers bounce back. My Warriors, it was looking good. It was looking so good.
Injuries.
Got the first game. They was high up. They was blowing the Wolves out. The Wolves was being terrible from the three-point line. Wasn't being aggressive. Andy Edwards wasn't his normal self. Steph was balling the first quarter and a half. And all of a sudden, beginning of the second quarter, Steph Curry makes a move, and he gets a strained hamstring. And he is day-to-day, but it's at least a week before they even reevaluate him. And if you watch the Warriors, and that's why I say what an MVP is, right? When you do MVP voting, you take that player away. What does the team look like? Can the team function? They have Jimmy Butler still. Does the team function the same way without that player? The Warriors could barely score when Steph Curry left, and you can see the difference. They go from scoring 110, 12 points, 119 to only getting 80. They're getting, and it's it's an uphill battle just to get that 80. Yeah. So we got to see.
Put them out the court. I mean, it makes defense easier.
So is Jimmy Butler going to be playoff Jimmy and have a heroic game? All we need to get is one. If we could get 2 at home, that'd be great. But 1 is more reasonable thought process, or it's 2-2. So even if you go down in game 5 to T. Wolves and it's 3-2, they said Steph looks like he could come back game 6. After being reevaluated. So at least you can make a game 7, you know what I'm saying? Because Steph might play his heart out, try to get to a game 7. That's in a perfect man's world, but Steph might not be able to come back because he said he's never dealt with this. And he said he's not going to rush it, he's not going to force it because hamstrings are tricky. Yeah. They can act like they're okay, and they're not truly healed, and then all of a sudden you go out there.
Plus, too, he's smart. Hey, he is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He's an all-time.
He wants to win, but he ain't going to be stupid to win.
Yeah, don't go out there and
Draymond got to keep his cool. I ride with the Warriors, but bullshit is bullshit, Draymond. Enough is enough. Like these antics of when people foul you, they foul you, but you don't have to do that extra stuff, man. That extra elbow, that extra punch, and that push. You know what I'm saying? Because all they do is hurt your team. You're giving them extra points on a flagrant or a technical. You're receiving a flagrant or technical, which basically adds up to where it's going to be a suspension. And you already know your team is short and don't have the manpower for them to miss you. You are the defensive leader, and you are the one that keeps them organized in the offensive flow. He's a big part. So, Draymond, you got to be smart, man. Definitely got to be smart today.
It's funny looking at Golden State because, 2015 is when they really started, They took on the Spurs and beat the Spurs in the playoffs.
Wow.
And it was Duncan. It was like this team started making a statement, and to see them, they got 4 chips.
Yeah.
And it's really
in a span too, in a quick span.
It's really Steph and Draymond. When you look at it, Clay gone, but it's really Steph and Draymond.
It's the collective 3. Because when the collective 3 was doing what they do, you couldn't beat them. I've never seen nobody, when they were healthy, even without a Kevin Durant, if you had Clay, if Clay hadn't received the injury, he received the second one, not the one with the Raptors, the second one on the return to come back, I think Clay would have been able to resort to form.
This is what I was leading up to say. We were watching the end where this is a team that really won with draft picks.
Yeah.
This Golden State is a team that didn't put together a big 3. They didn't go after people who've been doing their thing.
Homegrown.
This is straight homegrown draft picks, put together a team, and they went out there and won. Same as Spurs. I put the Spurs in the same, they're in the same boat as the Spurs.
Mhm.
But yeah, watching the end of air.
I won't say that because one pick can always change it. They have Kaminga on the table. They haven't been playing him. He's a person that
Man,
can
we've been
draw
talking
pick.
about Kaminga.
I'm not saying about believing in him. I'm saying about trade value. Because he's tradable. Like everybody's wanted him, but they didn't give him up in those trades. Now that Steve Kerr's not playing him like that, and I guess they done drew their line with the Kaminga situation. Now he becomes a piece with somebody else that you could bring one more person in there that could change the play. You just never know. It's all the ownership, how you made the team the last couple of years of Steph's career, period, point blank. Things can change for the better, things can change for the worse. You never know. As long as you got Steph Curry and Draymond Green, I think you got a chance, though. That's just perfectly being honest.
Them boys is getting up there, G.
They are, but you see he's still killing. Besides them getting hurt, like where have they like decreased their impact? They haven't. Steph had some of the best seasons he didn't had. You know what I'm saying? Once he finally got Jimmy, they stopped double teaming him. The first part of the year, he started off terrible because they was double teaming him like every game. Like we'll let Pominski shoot, we'll let Moody shoot, we'll let everybody else shoot, but not you, not you. As soon as he got Jimmy, boy started just doing boys bad. That's Steph. But shout out to Steph. Hope you heal up, recover. I don't want to see you go out like that, not be able to play in the series. Anthony Edwards, he's trying to take out Giants. This shouldn't count on his record as taking out of the Giant because Steph was in there. He was giving them that work.
The
rest of the Giants, he took out one-on-one, mano-a-mano.
Hey, bro, if he beats them.
Without Steph, no, I don't count that. No, I don't. And I ain't going to count that. The record book show, but you can't say you beat Steph Curry. Yeah, but they played. They wasn't out the series. You can't say I beat Steph Curry and Steph Curry didn't play. He played one game, G. What are you talking about? He played game one. He played game one.
Hey.
And what was he doing when he was in there? He had 13 points in the first quarter. Like I said before, you can't call that on your record, G.
You can't say
I beat Steph Curry. Yeah, you ain't no giant legend killer for Steph Curry. You can say you beat Golden State, but you can't say you beat Steph. We're talking about he said he beat LeBron. He beat KD. You can't put Steph. He beat the shit out of KD. Like it was bad for KD. Like he was talking cash shit to KD.
Yeah, he definitely beat KD.
I remember that series. And Devin Booker was there. Now he beat them fair and square. He beat LeBron and Luka fair and square. You can't say he beat Steph because Steph ain't played. Yeesh. All right, then what else did we cover? Anybody else? Oh, the Nuggets and the Thunder. That's a surprising series. Everybody thought the Thunder was gonna just come in here and wreak havoc. The Nuggets is showing, hey, you got a big man. They changed up the complexity of everything because you got a double team. You got to change it with the way your defense is, and a big man of that magnitude of Jokic who can pass, shoot, back up. You know what I'm saying? Do everything possible out of that position.
And I love Russ, man. Russ, he playing his role, man.
Shout out Russ.
Man, he's doing something that a lot of ex-MVPs could not do.
Yeah.
He's doing something that Iverson couldn't do.
Fall into that role.
Fall into
and be successful at it.
He's doing something. So
I agree with you.
I want to see where this goes.
I just say shout out to Russ because so many people have thrown him to the wayside and made him collateral damage for when they lose a series and say it's because of Russ play, because he don't shoot jumpers, he don't do this, and try to diminish what he is and what he does bring to a team. And Russ has stayed Russ. No matter what, he playing the same way, but a team that's finding how to use his abilities and skill set to help them out is the Denver Nuggets. Man. They bring him off the bench, telling him to be that spark plug, him working good with Jokic. That's how you do it. And that's why he was happily to dismiss the Clippers because they did him like that. They just let him go. The Lakers just let him go and blamed him. Everybody wants to blame Russ.
The Lakers blamed him.
Yeah, everybody wants to blame Russ and say that's the reason why they had a bad, ending of their season or whatever in the playoffs. But nah, I'm glad Russ is doing his thing. Shout out Russ. Shout out Russ. Okay, so now we got how about Kendrick Lamar's sold out tours. From what I've been seeing, that man is putting on a show.
Yeah, I've been hearing the shows are pretty dope.
Rave reviews.
The way they mix it up, I'm hearing some great things.
You know, having guest appearances drop by in different cities and stuff like that he goes to. And, you know, SZA doing her thing too. I've heard nothing but rave reviews. I mean, and it's sold out.
Yeah.
It's sold out. I mean, and they live. Like, you never really see too many rap artists go and just rap. I'm talking about not having, you know what I'm saying, the dancers and having the what you call it and all that stuff. This man on stage, bars and beats, you know what I'm saying, for the most part.
This is a thought I had probably the past couple days. Not like us. Are we gonna have to say this might be one of the biggest hip hop records ever? Because
I think the biggest.
we ain't seen this.
The biggest, bro, because Charlamagne said it best. He said he went to the concert at MetLife. He said Kendrick did not have to rap one word of Not Like Us. The whole crowd was rapping Not Like Us.
This record has transformed into like something that's when you have the elderly.
I see that.
You have elderly folks at nursing homes
doing TikToks or whatever.
doing TikTok videos.
Doing a little beat, little step.
To the actual live performance.
Yeah, they doing it to the live performance, the Super Bowl performance.
The
Yeah,
Super Bowl performance.
A little two-step.
I seen something, and they played Not Like Us.
Uh-huh.
And the whole, I forget what it was, a little party or something. There was Not Like Us in there.
Yeah.
There was nobody of the for real culture of hip hop and blackness.
Yeah.
They were old whites.
Oh, white.
That song came on and
they bopping.
I don't know.
Bam.
I want to figure out the key and the tempo, but he put together a song, man.
I mean, it's just it encapsulated his West Coast for one. You know what I'm saying? Because now you listen to that was the biggest key. It encapsulated the West Coast, and then Kendrick dumbed down for people lyrical wise. And I think when you do that, you have a bop, but then you make it easy lyrics and just chants and stuff.
But
that fall in line.
It's hilarious seeing these people dance and two-step to this brutal ass.
I don't think people when
it's
it's get commercial. I think that's the thing about it. That's why it's the biggest one ever, because once it gets commercialized to where they're playing it on TNT inside and all these other little things, and it's the NBA, what you call it, and they're playing this song, which is a diss song, calling the man a pedophile, telling the man he ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? Man, he ain't black. Breaking down so many different disrespectful barriers.
Disrespectful. I mean,
that means you have done what you're supposed to do, because you're supposed to be able to be you in your authentic form and still be able to make money off of it. And that's what Kendrick did, and that's what he's doing with this tour. Shout out Kendrick. Man, shout out SZA.
Oh, yes.
I got one more thing, Bo, because I seen this and I just want to see what you would come up with. I won't even say top 5 rappers. I will say your most influential top white rappers. I won't even put it in the top 5.
Top influential.
Yeah.
Is there 5 of them?
I didn't say you ain't got to put 5. I think there's 5 that I can say. But I mean, in your mind, we can even say them together. We know the first one is Eminem. Top.
Yeah, Eminem. Yeah, that's easy.
Eminem is number 1 if it was a top 5 anyway. Eminem, Marshall Mathers.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Alchemist. Alchemist is a producer, but he's a rap. He's him and the other dude.
So Alchemist gets that nod because he does the production and rapping.
Yeah, Alchemist is a rapper.
He's a pillar in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if actor. His name. They was a rap group. They was like a kid white rap group in the 90s.
You said it was an actor?
It's an actor. Oh man, he was like on NCIS. Oh man,
I know you're talking about, but I can't think of his name right now.
Him and Alchemist was a rap group.
Yeah.
They got little white boys.
Yeah.
And, but Alchemist, He can spit, but okay. Next,
Got to go with Mac Miller. Got to put him in there. Had a short.
You said it. You said it too. Yeah.
I'm just saying he had a short run, but he definitely put that dent in there.
Mac Miller, Action Bronson.
I gotta go MGK. MGK. I ride with MGK because you get a battle with Eminem. You have people hate on you all the time, and he's still doing his thing. So props to MGK. Plus, MGK is not a bad rapper. If people actually listen to him, he can spit. MGK can spit.
And he got some good songs.
He got some good songs, right? If you actually listen to him. Who else do I like? What's the one little dude that had the little Wu-Tang song that had the glasses? What's his name? Kind of rap fast. That old boy said can't rap. Joe Budden don't like him. Logic.
I can't.
Can't do Logic? You don't feel Logic is up there? Then we got a Yellow Wolf. I mean, Yellow Wolf been doing it for a minute. Yellow Wolf got a style. Hey, I'm going to say Paul Wall. This is for the South. Wall. I got to go with Paul Wall because anything Paul Wall get on, especially at that time frame when the chopped and screwed, the slow down stuff was banging, Paul Wall killed it. I'm Paul Wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, the grills and stuff. Hey, boy.
About who I actually for real.
These are guys I listen to.
Not just.
I listen to what's that dude named Lil White, and this is like I said, I'm a crunk dude. That's 3 6 Mafia. Hey, he got some bars. I'm telling you, Lil White got some bars. So these like you said, these people we listen to.
Yeah, this is who
I listen to Lil White. Lil White be jamming. I'm trying to think what other rap. Oh, I got to give it up for an old school pioneer because with third base, I like
MC Search.
MC Search.
Oh yeah, MC Search. Yeah, MC Search.
Well, you can give the whole third base because the other dude was cool, but MC Search was the guy.
Yeah, MC Search. He can spit. He can dance.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's another one I'm missing that I think that was a cool white rapper, but I cannot think of it.
I know you. The Vanilla Ice Arsenio Hall interview kind of went viral a couple weeks ago, and people was killing Arsenio Hall. And I was like, Arsenio Hall was just asking the questions that he asked.
What were they killing him for? What was the?
He's being racist. He's just coming at him. He's just being mean to him.
I mean, no, because that's what you got to ask him because he was getting that scrutiny. In hip hop,
that's 30-something years ago. It
wasn't soft back then. You could say what you wanted to say.
And Arsenio was like, "This is my show."
Yeah, but the thing is though, Vanilla Ice was getting that scrutiny in hip hop because they didn't look at him as a true hip hop act. They thought he was a culture stealer. You know what I'm saying? A culture vulture.
Yeah.
So to ask a certain question that Arsenio probably was asking him, like, are you really embedded in hip hop? What did you listen to? You know what I'm saying? Trying to really dig and make sure he's authentic. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you people don't do now. Everybody, and I was thinking about this too. I was like, one thing I learned about the difference between Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee be like a dick rider, bro. Like every person he gets on there, he don't really like test them. He's just like, oh, you're the greatest, and we're glad to have you on here, and da-da-da-da. Who wouldn't want to come on that show if you just gonna dick ride me the whole show? Stephen A. Smith gonna be like, hey, let's talk real. Let's get candid. And people don't like that. They want you to only dick ride them and to keep their persona, you know what I'm saying, and their hot like that.
McAfee, but that's why I thought it was lame when LeBron went on.
Yeah, dude, because if you really watch the interview, everything LeBron James does is perfect to Pat McAfee. I'm like, I see why people rock with Pat McAfee, the athletes rock with him more because all he gonna do is he ain't gonna ask them no scathing questions. He ain't gonna make them have to say nothing they don't want to say. He gonna boost their ego. That's it. I just thought about
which is cool for the athlete.
It's cool, do your thing, but I can't rock with like that because everything you do ain't great. I'm gonna call it like it is. I want somebody to be able to call somebody out and have their respect to call somebody out like that. That's why I love Michael Wilbon. Because if you listen to Wilbon's a straight shooter.
But each show has their different content of who they are. So like Pat McAfee has his
core audience that like that. I got it.
It's more uplift the athlete.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's more uplift the athlete, not tear him down.
Yeah. But they're pitted against each other because they have the same type of dynamic and talking to athletes and having the show. But I'm saying the way people gonna rock with him is because he does that. I just seen it. It was just something I seen. I had thought about.
Pat McAfee is.
I watched them 2 interviews, not to be like he's an ass kisser, bro.
He's not gonna ask no questions.
He ain't gonna ask no scathing, in-depth question. It's straight. Hey, so you're great on the ice. Hey, you're great on the blue. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I don't want to hear that like for a whole 2 hours. I want to hear like a real interview. I want to hear like, hey, what makes this person tick? What'd you feel about when this happened? You know what I'm saying? Why did you act this certain type of way? That's an interview to me, but that could just be me. Okay, so I think we gave y'all a jam.
No. We didn't say anything about music. I got to talk about this real quick. Andre 3000 dropped a little project.
Oh, I ain't checked it out. I didn't know it was out yet. I heard about it because he was at the Met Gala, but I ain't heard it.
It's him playing the piano. And I vibe with this more than the flute.
A piano got a more of a different type of tone to it when you hear it over, you know what I'm saying, just headphones. And
it's kind of like his piano ramblings.
Uh-huh.
But the last.
What's the name of the album? I need to download that.
Like seven songs inspired me. It's,
I seen it some weird title, but I didn't know it was coming out. I just seen him at the Met Gala with the piano on his back.
It's the same.
Okay.
He got the Met Gala look on the cover of the.
So he got it was all. That's why he showed up at the Met Gala because he was doing the album. Got you.
The last track.
Okay.
An actual beat. It's an Andre 3000 beat.
I'm checking it out. You know I'm rocking with 3000.
I'm like, Andre, I know you got rhymes to this. I know for a fact.
I think it's going to spark his rhymes.
I'm hearing that beat. I'm like, I can hear Andre rap, sing, go nuts on this. It's kind of like what's the one on
So you think he probably wrote a rap to it just to put it on there? You got a rap to it. He probably do. I think Andre's getting geared up for rapping though.
He put drums, and it's his drums. It's
his sound.
It's his sound. I'm like,
I gotta check it out.
He wrote to this. I know he don't.
The thing about it, I think what he's doing is he's kind of gearing up. He did, you know what I'm saying? He did the flute thing. He did a piano thing. He's like, get it out of my system. Then I get back to rap. Like I said before, I was talking to the fellas. We were recording last week, right? And I was like, anybody who says that an older person shouldn't rap is an idiot. The reason I say this is because this is what God gave us. This is a God-given ability. And this flows within us and through us. And if you try to stop that, you're stopping God.
Yeah, lifeline.
Yeah, you're stopping power that flows through you. Everybody can't rap. Everybody might can rhyme words, but everybody can't rap. Everybody can't make a beat that sounds good. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't hear sounds and musically, things like that. This is a God-given gift. So if you have that, let it shine no matter how old you are. I just want to say that. So I think it's been a jam-packed show. We back for season 5. I know y'all missed us. I heard people say, where the podcast at? Where the podcast at? Normally I do a big old to-die, but, Bo was working and grinding, so I was
shout out to season. This season has been dope. This is my favorite season. Just celebrated my birthday week.
Yeah.
48. Hey, we doing great.
48, we doing great.
Had a good time. Had a little birthday dinner.
Yeah.
Hey, good times.
Good times.
This is the season, man. We live,
we live and well, and we just trying to be bigger and better. Every season we try to outdo it. You know what I'm saying? So look for bigger and better things from the Pulpit Podcast. We love y'all. Thanks for all the support that y'all have given us on season 4. Now on the season 5, bigger and better things. See y'all on the next one. Yeah.